You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
For today's video, I wanted to share with you some new products that I picked up from the Hollow Tree Hobbies craft store. This is a Canadian craft store local to me. The craft store that I shop at ships to US and Canada, and they carry a great line of the products that we know and love. So I will leave all the information linked in the description box down below for the Hollow Tree Hobbies craft store. So let's get into some of these products. This is a new collection from 49 Market. It's called Color Swatch Inkwell, and it's got the most beautiful blues I've ever seen. I've never seen papers like this before. So gorgeous. So I'm going to walk through some of the products that I picked up from the Hollow Tree Hobbies shop, and then we're going to create a project. Okay, so first I've got the 6x8 mini collection pack, and this has 18 sheets of 6x8 heavyweight paper. These papers are good enough for card bases. They're really, really nice weight, and I'm telling you, look at these beautiful papers. I can't even. Double-sided, so gorgeous. It's like, I can't even explain how much I'm in love with these. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, so beautiful. The watercolor flowers and the tones in here are just gorgeous. I love this teal pop. It's like it glows. So pretty. This is so beautiful. So this is the 6x8 collection pack. Super beautiful, gorgeous papers. I love them so much. All right, so the good thing about this collection too, 49 Market usually has a, like the packaging that the items come in that can be used as well. So this is a gorgeous pattern. It's the same weight as this cardstock. It's the same quality, super pretty. So you don't have to waste any packaging. It's really beautiful. Okay, so there's the 6x8 collection pack. Now we have the 12x12 collection pack, and again, the packaging you're able to use. You get this gorgeous design. Okay, and again with those deep blues and beautiful, vibrant watercolors. So pretty. I really love this. I'm usually a purple lover, and when I saw this collection come out, I was so excited because I really love this color palette. Really nice. So you get 2 of each design, double-sided. Okay. So there's that. I didn't get the whole collection. There are other items, but I did get the envelope bits. And I'll just kind of show you right quick. You get 37 pieces with die cuts and 6 envelopes. So we have the little mini envelopes, different colors and different sizes. And then you get all of these little fun pieces to go inside of your envelopes or collage on your projects. Really nice little check looking things, super pretty. And the packaging, this is like a shiny sort of cardstock, but you do have this gorgeous pattern that you can use on your projects as well. I love that 49 Market makes the packaging just as usable as the products itself. Next we have the Inkwell Rub On transfers, and if you've seen any of my videos before, you've seen me use these. This comes with a transfer tool And this has 6 sheets that are 6 by 8 of rub-on transfers. And once again, we have, this one's not so much, you can't really use it, but I would collage on the back of this. So here are the rub-on transfers that you get. Really fun, whimsical designs. And we have another piece of cardstock on the back here. You could cut these out and use them as little collage strips or things like that. So 6 sheets of rub-on transfers. Next, we have the laser cutout elements. This has 117 elements to cut that pop right out, and it also has a cut apart sheet. The packaging, once again, you're able to cut this out and use this on your projects. So you'll see I've already been into this. I've already pulled out a bunch of pieces from here. I've used some of the bows and things, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. So you have this gorgeous collection of elements to use on your projects. I love these doilies. They're so pretty. And then you've got that watercolor floral once again. And you'll see I've already been into this. You've got this gorgeous, real textured looking ribbon. And you've got that watercolor floral. Lots of butterflies and foliage. Really nice. So that's it for the stuff that I've purchased from this collection. So also, just a little quick note here, this is not a paid collaboration. I buy my products. I pay for my products. I do get a little bit of a discount code, and I'm going to share that with you also so that you can get a discount at the Hollow Tree Hobbies store. But I pay for my products, and I buy the stuff that I love, and I create things that I love so that I can share it with all of you guys. I just wanted you to know that I'm not trying to sell you the newest and greatest products. I like to share the things that I love, and I love this paper. I'm a paper addict. I'm a hoarder, and you know, it is what it is. Okay, moving along. This is the project that we're going to make today. This is a gorgeous little folio, and I wanted to create this for some tea bags. I forgot to grab tea bags to show you how it works, and I might just do that at the end of this video, but I'm going to walk you through the project first. So I've used some of those ephemera bits on my cover here, and this is just a little 4 by 8 inch folder. Okay, and it opens up, and we've got a pocket to stick some things in here. I've got one of those little envelopes, and I've created a little tuck spot for that envelope. And ideally, you would put tea here and a tea in these pockets. One here and one here. And they just flip over to create another little storage compartment where you could leave a handwritten message or add photos. I mean, you don't have to use this for tea. You can use it for junk journaling too. Absolutely. It's a perfect addition to any little book or traveler's notebook, things like that. So in the back here, I've got a little pocket. I have a little card that I've created using some of those cut aparts. And here is where I would leave a personal message. I would write, probably with a nice silver gel pen or something, and write a note on the back of this little card for my recipient. And this is just an extra little something I created. I've got another Chop It Up video coming to share with you guys for a few different small little pieces that I've made using my pattern paper. So, okay, so the great thing about this is that it will also fit in a regular slimline envelope. I have one here for example. This is a GINA Design slimline envelope, but it's basically, you know, letter mail. So this little folder will fit perfectly inside. It is on the thicker side, but it will fit. It will fit inside of this envelope if you were deciding to mail this out to somebody. You will have to pay for a little bit more postage because it's a little thicker, but it won't, I don't think it'll be that much extra. In Canada, this would probably pass as regular letter mail at this point. I think adding the T, it may not, but either way, whatever you decide to do, it does fit into a slimline envelope or business style envelope, whatever you want to call it. So let's get to work and I'll show you how quick and absolutely easy this project is. I also want to note that this project was inspired by a YouTube video that I watched. Her name is Pink Strawberries, I think. I'll link to the video below. I love watching her channel. She creates the cutest little pockets and albums and things like that. So I will link to that video that I saw below, and it's a similar idea. I've just changed it a little bit to suit what I needed it for. I'm not sure if the measurements are the same or similar, but I saw her idea and then I just came to my craft room and ran with my own numbers and ideas. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, to create the cover of our project, we're going to need one piece of 12 by 12 paper. We're actually going to cut this down to 8 by 8. So if you have 8 by 8 paper, that would work perfectly here. And I think I want to use this and turn it sideways. I know that the orientation of this is kind of this way, but I'd like to turn it and use it this way. I think it'll look great. So I'm going to start with that. First things first, I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to take away that little branding strip and cut this down to 12 inches. Now don't throw these away. They are double-sided, so you have a really fun pattern on the back side. You could use that for, decorating your cards, stamping your sentiment strips on there and things like that. So save that. And now I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to cut this down to 8 inches. And then I'm going to flip it this way and cut it to 8 inches. Okay, so there's my 8 by 8 piece. These pieces we're going to use as well, so hang on tight to these. Don't throw these away. We're going to need them. All right, so starting with our little folder here, I'm going to grab a scoreboard. I have a bigger scoreboard, but I'm just going to use my little one for today, just for simplicity's sake. It's handy. So the first thing I'm going to do is score at 4 inches. So I want to make sure whatever's on the right, this is going to be my front cover. Okay, so I'm going to score at 4 inches. And then I'm going to score 1/4 inch to the left, so that's 3 3/4. And then 1/4 inch to the right to make it 4 1/4. And because I have a little scoreboard, I'm going to have to flip this around and do that again. So 3 3/4, 4, 4 1/4. Okay, that's it for the scoring. For this part anyways. So now we're going to crease those folds. So I'm going to start with my middle section. I like to start with the middle piece. And I'm going to give that a good score and burnish. And now I'm going to do the next piece and give that a good score. And then the last piece. So what this is doing is it's creating a little bit of space inside of your little folder so that you can add your tea and things like that, and it's not going to have any stress. So we've got this little backer here. Perfect. Okay, then we're going to open it up and we're going to get to work on the inside. So right now it looks like absolutely nothing. Okay, so I like to round my corners, so I'm going to start with that. And I'm using a 1/4 inch round to round my corners. Okay, so let's start with the pocket. I'm going to need a pocket for here. And I'm going to need a piece for the back to create my back pocket. So I'm going to use this beautiful butterfly and I'm going to put that right in here. So my measurement is 4 inches, right? But then we've taken away 1/4 of an inch for that spine. So we're at 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut this piece to measure 3 1/2, just so that it's not interfering with my score line and I've got a little bit of room. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 1/2 inches. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it across the back here, and I'm going to do the same thing and cut that down to, I'm actually going to cut this down to 3 1/4 inches. So I have a little bit more space for my pocket to slip in and out. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to 3 1/2 first. Okay, so yesterday I had been recording this and I had to stop. I had some family come over and then I went and got my nails done. So the pocket is 3 1/2 inches by just under 4 inches, and I've rounded this one corner, and now I want to create a little bit of a curve here on this pocket, and I'm going to do that with my scissors. So I'm just going to come in and round this pocket. Okay. So now I can glue this down right in the corner. Let's do that. So I've just got some GINA Connect glue, and I'm just going to apply the adhesive on those 2 corners and adhere my pocket down. I have enough of a space here where my pocket's not going to interfere with that crease mark there. And I'll just grab some baby wipes to wipe up any adhesive that might be oozing out and make sure that's pressed into place. All right, so our pocket is secure. Next, I have my large pocket that I've cut down here, and I cut this down to 7 by 3 1/4, and that gives me enough room to be able to not interfere with the score mark, and then a little bit of space to slip something in here. So let's go ahead and punch a little finger notch into here. This is a 1 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm just gonna try to eyeball the center here. There we go. And then I'm going to apply adhesive on the 3 sides and glue this down. And I just want to make sure that I have the same amount of space on the top and the bottom and the side here, and press all that adhesive in. And anything that's oozing out, I'm going to wipe away with my baby wipe. Okay. I didn't want to do that yet. Let's pull this off real quick. Oh no! It adhered very quickly. I forgot to attach my pockets. Okay, so I removed that really quickly. I need to create the pockets that are going to slip into here and fold over, like in my sample here. I need to create those before I glue this part down. So let's get to that, and then I'll re-adhere this back down. So for those pockets, I'm going to use some of the 6x8 paper collection. Now, you could definitely use 12x12 and cut it down, but basically what you need is 2 pieces that measure 8 by 3 inches. So I'm going to take one of these and cut them in half. I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I'm going to cut this down across the 6-inch side. I'm going to cut it to 3 inches. Okay, and then we need to make some score marks in this paper. So I'll grab my scoreboard, and I want this part to be the front of my pocket. So I'm going to score at 3 1/4, and then 6 1/2. Okay, I'll do that to both pieces. So I want that to be the front. So 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. I'm going to crease those folds, and this part here is going to fold under and glue down to this little pocket guy here, so you won't see that at all. Okay, so if you want, you can cut this part down a little bit so it's not so thick. So I'll just use my scissors and trim a little bit off here. I'll trim about half of it off. I'm leaving just about a 1/2 inch little flap there. And I'll do that to both pieces. Perfect. All right, so now what I'm going to do is create a little finger notch here. So I'm only going to punch through the first piece so that you'll be able to see that little finger notch when it's closed. I think I just punched it upside down. I definitely punched it upside down. So, how can we fix that? Let's see here. See if I can put this back together so that you won't notice. Okay. This wasn't supposed to happen, but if you do this, this is how we can fix it. I've got a little piece of Scotch tape. I'm going to put that little piece back into its home and just tape it back. So hopefully nobody will notice. And you can't really tell. That's cool. All right, so let's try this again. I'm going to fold this part back and this part over, and I'm going to punch here. So round 2, and we'll punch. Much better. Okay, and I'll do the same thing to this piece. So this piece is going to be like this, fold it over, and then we'll punch there. All right, now that I've got that all sorted, the next thing we're going to do is adhere these pockets shut. And I want to apply some liquid glue, but a very, very thin little bit. I don't want to put too much because I want my pocket to still be able to fit something. So the smaller line of adhesive, the less space you take up in the pocket. So I'll go ahead and close that and use my baby wipe to catch any excess oozing out. There we go, our first pocket is formed, and you can't even see that little finger punch. This is the piece that I punched out, so that's awesome that you can't see that. That makes me happy. I was able to fix that. And we'll do the same thing to this pocket. All right, so now we're ready to put this pocket to work. So I'm going to glue these guys, sort of leaving the little finger notch of this pocket here exposed. So you see what I mean here? I'm just lining this up so that that corner meets that corner on my little pocket. Okay, so I'm going to apply adhesive to the underside of this little flap, and I'm going to line this piece up, make sure that my finger notch is exposed, and fold that little flap in and press that adhesive down. Okay, looks good. I'm happy with that. We'll make sure everything is nice and straight. Any glue that oozed out, I'm going to wipe it away. And you want to make sure that these pieces are glued down really well, because this pocket is going to have stuff inside of it and you don't want anything to catch on those little flaps. Okay, so now let's go back to apply adhesive around the outside of this pocket and get it glued down. So a nice thin strip of adhesive around the bottom and the two sides of the pocket, and then line it up into my book. And there we go. We'll press all that adhesive in. And now our little pockets are formed. Super cute. I love this. The next thing I want to do is create little tabs on my pockets. The tabs I had used in this one were from the die cut pieces. Let's see if we have any more. I'm not sure if I do. So I used these little tabs from the laser cut ephemera. So I do have some other ones. I have one more of this, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I don't think I'll have enough. No, I don't. Okay, so the alternative would be to use a different tab. Now I could use these ones. I think we'll go with these because there's 3 of them and they're sitting right here. What I like about the laser cut ephemera is that it's colored on the back side, so you don't have to worry about it being white and exposed. So it's really neat. It's got a nice solid color background. So now we're going to add these little tabs to our pockets like so that they'll just stick out just a little bit. Okay, now we need something for this little pocket and the 3rd tab. So I have a scrap left over from cutting my pockets out, so I think I'll use this to create the little card. So we need to cut this down some. So we have 6.5 inches by 2 3/4. So we're going to stick our little card in here, and then I just kind of want to see where this lands so I can put my little tab there. And apply my tab here. Oh, what did I do? I put glue on the wrong side. So this is real life crafting. I'm sure we all do little silly mistakes like this. So you're getting the unedited real version. The only thing I edit out is if my family makes noise or if I say and ah too many times, which is always the case. I'm going to grab some reverse tweezers to give me an extra hand here. And I'm going to center that tab right up with this finger notch and press that into place. There we go. Wipe off any extra adhesive. And there we go. Now I want to round the corners and soften this up just a little bit. Okay, so now it's time to decorate. So our little card is completed, and I want to add something to this. There we go. All right, so our card is complete. You can use like a gel pen to write a message on the back if you want. And we're going to slip this into our pocket. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. The next thing I want to do is create my little belly band thing here. And to do that, once again, I used the laser cut elements and I grabbed this like stringy looking thing. I used something like that. I'm going to use this one this time. I could add a little button. Yeah, I think I will. I'll add a little button there. It'll just strengthen it up by adding a little bit of extra adhesive and gluing it right down to the folio. So press that into place. Okay, I'm thinking we're pretty close to done here. I don't want to put anything on the pockets. I like them the way they are. I'm going to leave it like that. Maybe something in here. Let's see what we've got. So I'll apply some adhesive to this guy and get him laid on the pocket. I think nice long tall things look nice on this big pocket, so I like that. All right. Okay, and there we go. I think this one is complete. I think I'm going to leave it at that. You can add a little tea pouch in here, and you can put one here and one here, or you could put little notes or whatever you want to put in there. Really cute. You could put little snacks, maybe a little treat. Really pretty. And then, of course, you can put your personal message on the card in the back. Now, you could make this an actual card instead of just a little, like, journaling card. You can make it like a slimline card, a mini slimline maybe. It would fit nicely in here. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to call this done. I don't think I want to decorate the front of this one. I like the way this one looks. I'm going to leave it alone. So you could add in some ribbon or something to tie this. Let's see what we've got. I've got some white organza ribbon here. We'll just cut off a piece. You don't have to close this up, but if you want to, you can. And I think I'll just add some of this ribbon and tie a little bow. These tweezers are supposed to help, but I feel like they're not helping. You know what? I'm a knot kind of girl. I'm just going to do a knot. There we go. And then this can just slide on and off, I think, maybe. Whatever, you do you. I'm going to stick with this because I don't have any more patience left. And there we go. Our little folio is complete. Now, let's try to open it up. Or you could just not, let's not use anything. That's complicated. All right. So there is our finished project. I really had fun creating these, and this Inkwell line is just so stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. And my little card in this one. I didn't decorate on here. I really love that. Those deep, like, mariner blues. They're so pretty. Okay. Card folio is complete. So that's going to be it for today's video. Here's a close-up look at our finished project. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I appreciate the support as always. All of the products that I used in today's video will be linked in the description box down below, along with that coupon code for Hollow Tree Hobbies. Coming up on screen is another playlist of 49 and Market paper collections that I've used to create some projects. I hope that you'll check those out. Have yourself a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!